Genus, species, subspecies, cultivar, variety. What do they mean and how do they help you identify a plant? Hey everybody, it's Andrea with Sucs For You in Houston, Texas, and I wanted to make this video because not every plant we buy comes with an accurate label. And if you really want to be able to correctly identify something, you need to understand what's in a name when it comes to finding the right name, right? Right. First, let's talk about the scientific name of a plant. This also is called the botanical, binomial, or Latin name. It includes the genus and species, along with other variants that might include subspecies, variety, hybrids, cultivar, and form. You'll know what all those means in a minute if you don't already, so don't worry. Each name in the full botanical name reveals a little more about the plant, and it's often a Latin word to describe the plant. So let's start with genus and species, and we'll use Echeveria lilacina as an example to start. The first part of the name, Echeveria, is the genus, and lilacina is the species. Lilacina means lilac colored, and the plant is just that, a lovely pale purple. And names can be descriptive, but they can also be named for the person who discovered the plant or to honor someone else, as with the genus Echeveria or Echeveria, which is named in honor of a famous Mexican botanical artist, Antonio Echeveria y Godoy. Echeveria lilacina is a native species found in the region of Nuevo Leon, Mexico, but when the famous hybridizer Dick Wright brought one to his California nursery and crossed it with another native species, Echeveria derenbergii, he created the beautiful and popular hybrid we know as Echeveria lola. Hybrids can be a cross between plants of two different species, varieties, and also two different genera. Genera is the plural form of genus. Like Gastarello is a cross of Gasteria and Aloe, Sediveria is a cross between Sedum and Echeveria, and Graptiveria is a cross between Graptopetalum and Echeveria. Hybrids can occur naturally, of course, and when they are cultivated through selective breeding and given an official name, they become cultivars. The word cultivar is an abbreviation of cultivated variety, which you'll see abbreviated as just CV and not underlined or italicized. Simply put, a cultivar is a clone from a plant, either a native species or a hybrid, that has been selectively propagated and formally named. These selections are chosen for unique variations like mutations and cresting and variegation or some other appearance that's different from the native plant. One fun example is the Japanese cultivar Myrtillocactus geometrizans, Fukurokuryuzinboku, and the common name is, of course, booby cactus, and it was cultivated for its monstrous tubercles, which resemble, well, bambos. And monstrous means some type of mutation, so when a grower noticed one of their geometrizans had mutated into a feminine growth shape, they cloned it through propagation. The Japanese cultivar name is based on two of the mythological 7 lucky gods, but hats off to whoever coined the more abbreviated common name. Common names are like nicknames for plants, but the problem is they're often used for multiple plants, or they don't describe the actual genus of a plant. Like with hens and chicks, it's a common name for both sempervivums and other clustering, clumping echeverias, where the hen is the main plant and the chicks are its offsets, like a little nest. And pencil cactus is the common name for Euphorbia pterocarpii, which is not a cactus at all, but a euphorbia. And taco plant is the common name for Peperomia axillaris, which obviously, yet still disappointingly, doesn't actually produce tacos or pepperoni. Subspecies, variety, and form. The terms subspecies and variety are often used interchangeably, but they're not quite the same thing. There can be several varieties or variations of a subspecies, and subspecies refers to a plant of a particular species that occurs in a geographically isolated location from the main species, and therefore doesn't have an opportunity to exchange genetic material with the main species, even though they could cross-pollinate given the chance. Variety refers to a variation of a natural characteristic of a species or subspecies, such as cresting, variegation, and flower color. And form describes a deviation in a physical form of a plant and is often an aberration like crusting, monstrous growth, variegation, plant size, a different flower color than the main species, etc., etc. And I know those sound really similar and there are some more complexities to the difference between variety and form, but I wanted to keep it simple for now and focus on how they will appear in a botanical name. All together now. The order of a scientific name is genus, species, subspecies, variety, cultivar, and form. And you can see the abbreviations on the screen. When writing a scientific name, the genus name is always capitalized and italicized. The species name is all lowercase and italicized. The subspecies name is all lowercase and italicized. The variety name is lowercase and not italicized. The cultivar name is capitalized and not italicized. And the form name is lowercase and italicized. Here's some examples. Aloe maculata. Aloe is the genus, maculata is the species, and the genus may be shortened to just the first letter, A. Haworthia venosa, subspecies tessellata. Haworthia is the genus, venosa is the species, and tessellata is the subspecies. Subspecies is abbreviated as SSP or SBSP and is lowercase and italicized, as you can see. Cilantro beharensis var subnuda. And cilantro is the genus, beharensis is the species, and the variety is subnuda, which means nude or hairless, as cilantro beharensis is typically fuzzy. Varietas is Latin for variety. Here's Euphorbia trigona cultivar rubra, and the main Euphorbia trigona species is green, but the cultivar rubra is red. And in the second example here, there's no CV abbreviation, it's just rubra in single quotes, capitalized and not italicized, so that's another way you might see that written. And finally, demonstrating how forms are labeled. Opuntia monacantha form monstruosa. Opuntia is the genus, monacantha is the species, and the form or forma is monstruosa, meaning monstrose in Latin. And remember, monstrose refers to a type of mutation that causes the plant to grow in an odd shape, an aberration. So now that you know a bit more about the parts of a plant's name, you can start honing in on the identification. Start with the genus, then find the species, and whether or not if it's a subspecies, variety, cultivar, or form. If you get stumped on a name, there are dozens of places you can post online to get some help. First, try taking a photo and using the Google Lens function to see if it's a match or a close match. And then if you're still not sure of the ID, you can share the photo to Facebook groups, Reddit communities, and online forums like cactiguide.com. On Facebook, you'll find groups that are dedicated to succulent information, like my group Sucs For You Sucks Talk, along with groups that are focused on a particular genus, like Aloe family, Planet Haworthia, and Opuntiads, just to name a few that I'm in. And I'm in a lot. And once you finally nail down an ID, you may want to log it somewhere, along with other details like the date and location you got it. I personally use Google Sheets to log mine, and I'll link to the template I made years ago and still use almost every time I get a new plant. That will be in the video description, along with a few other links I think are helpful. Well, that's it for now, and I hope this information helps you track down more precise identifications and that you get the same thrill of the hunt I get when searching for the name of a new plant. I always learn a lot along the way, and I know you will too. So again, thank you for watching, and please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.